What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm the girl, Lady T. And tonight we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all. Y'all, look, I'm not giving y'all a review from work today. Like, check it out. I'm at home. I know y'all like, she crazy as hell. She's sitting up here happy because she home. Y'all, let me tell y'all about last week. Now that I done got through it. Last week was my first week of training for my new promotion. And when I was giving y'all those videos, I was tired as hell. But it was a lot of stuff going on that I had to at least speak on it. And I couldn't speak on it like I wanted to. So what I think I'm going to do is do a Love and Hip Hop review, and I'm just going to review both episodes in one video. And yeah, I got a lot more to say about that R&B Divas bullshit that occurred last week. And the reason why I didn't speak on it, number one, I was tired, and then number two, I wanted to see if certain people could redeem themselves because next week is the season finale. So don't y'all worry. I got some stuff coming up as far as Love and Hip Hop and R&B Divas. Particularly R&B Divas because I've been getting some really good inside information. So I'm going to tend to read the fuck out of people this week. But I got to watch the episode. I didn't want to go all in because I like to know as many facts as possible. So, yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait for that season finale. And then after that, it's going down. Because this information that I got, y'all, let's just say Stacey Francis, she ain't right. She just ain't right. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all. Y'all, it feels so good to have some energy. Okay, so y'all, let's get into it. The episode starts off with Cynthia. Her and Kenya are helping Noelle pick out a homecoming dress. It is Noelle's first homecoming. You know, Cynthia's feeling a little bit sentimental because her baby is growing up. And Kenya comes over there. You know, she loves to spend time with Noelle. And, you know, she's getting a chance to kick it with Noelle, kick it with Cynthia. So basically, they help Noelle pick out a dress. And then, you know, they talk about Kenya's pilot, which is, you know, in progress or whatever. It was just basically them hanging out and stuff. It was cute for what it was. Anyway, then we got Nene and her manservant and her son. Look. Somebody tell me what the hell Greg used to do. Because ever since I've been watching since Kandi came on. So that was like the second season. He has been nothing but Nene's manservant. It seemed like he had money, picked her up from the strip club, got her some work done, put her out there on reality TV, and now she's the breadwinner. I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. But that's just what it seems like to me. Anyway, they all sitting down having lunch or early dinner, however the case. And he takes her to this restaurant where a lot of famous actors' pictures are up. And he said, I brought you here because it means a lot to me. And I want you to carry on this tradition. I want one day for your picture to be up there. And everything like that. So then, you know, they talk about basically being in New York, and she's just talking about how she's in such a good place, and, you know, she never thought she'd be in New York, doing Broadway, whatever, however. And then we got, Then we got Kandi. She is getting ready for her date with Todd. So she's, you know, they're sitting up there talking to her friends, trying on clothes. And Todd he's been in LA working, and he's finally coming back, and they haven't had a night out in a while. So she hasn't seen her sister Philippines, so she wants to wear something extra sexy and, just get back to where they were. And let me tell y'all, Kandi's daughter Riley, she gets the Shade Award every time she is on freaking camera. Like, Kandi was trying on this dress, and Riley comes in, and Kandi's like, what you think? She's like, it shows too much boobs. Can't you get a button or something? I like to die. Like, oh my goodness, Riley do not be playing that shit. She just tell you how she feel. And let me tell y'all, some of that is cute, and then some of that Kandi do need to check, because you can kind of tell it's been them two for the longest. So she gets away with a lot more stuff than she should. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, then we got Phaedra. She wants to do a man rally. Her circumstance has inspired her to have a rally where young men can meet other strong men and hopefully become their mentors. And I think it's a good idea. But my thing is, Phaedra, when you tend to talk about your situation, like I said, even though I'm not your biggest fan, I empathize with you. But you do come off as the victim, like, woe is me, woe is me. Yeah, that. Like, your whole world's been turned upside down, which it has. No one's taking that away from you. But stop acting like you didn't know shit. Like, everything about you is screaming victim, and I can't deal. And like I said, I totally get it, because I stick to what I said, that regardless if you knew what he was doing or not, that is still your husband, and you're still out here being a single mom. So I give you respect, but you can't just act like you just such a victim. So anyway, she wants to do this man rally, and like I said, I do think it's a really good idea. I just want Phaedra to own up to her shit just a little bit. And then we got Kandi and Todd. They had dinner, and he tells Kandi, like, I'm about to go back to LA because my show got picked up for another season. And if y'all don't know what show that is, that's Hollywood Divas. And yes, I will be reviewing that for several reasons. But one, it is the first show that I did my video on. So it kind of has a special place in my heart, Hollywood Divas. Yep, that's the first show. That's the first video I did, and it's the first show I start reviewing on a regular basis. So, yeah, I'll be reviewing it for season 2. But anyway, his show got picked up for another season, so he's got to move back to LA, and he tells her, like, hey, I think it'll be a good idea if you come with me, And he's like, you can work on your music, you can do a lot of work from there. And she was like, yeah, you right, but you forget that we got Riley, and Riley's only 12, and I just can't uproot her like that. And I get that. I get where you coming from, Kandi. But also, it's time to make your man feel secure. Because, like I've told you, I think Todd's a really good man, but you have a way of emasculating him. You really do. You never let him make the decisions. You never let him be the man. So, if he's asking you to come down there, I'm not saying just drop everything and go down there without no consideration of your life and Riley's life. I'm just saying, put some thought into it and see if it can work, And he also tells her that he's not sure if he wants a baby right now, by him having to go back to LA. But he also says the confessional, which is funny because this is where we get the real. He is not in a rush to have a baby because number one, they're traveling, but number two, their relationship is rocky. He still, feels some type of way about Mama Joyce. It's just a lot going on. He's not ready to put a baby into that situation. And I respect his honesty. I really do. I respect men who could just say what's going on that's just telling, a woman what they want to hear. So, yeah, I respect that. And Kandi, there's another thing where you just got to listen to him. Hear him. Not just listen, but hear him. Hear what he's saying. Because I think that's your problem. You don't hear Todd. You don't hear when he says, hey, your mama got issues and I'm not dealing with it. Hey, you don't let me be the man in a relationship. Hey, you let your friends disrespect me. You don't never hear any of that. For some reason, it's like when he talks about what's really going on, it's like, wah, 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 wah. Like, it just turns into Charlie Brown with you or something, and I don't get it. But I hope you start hearing him before you lose a good man, though. I really do. And then they get to talking about Phaedra and her because, he asks her about the trip to the Philippines. And, she said it started off a little rocky, but everybody ended up having a really good time. And she tells him that basically Phaedra said her issue was that she felt like they were taking Apollo's side over hers. And that's when Todd jumps in and said, man, it is what it is. You gonna not let your husband see his children over a man that you chose? And she right. See, that right there is why Phaedra was feeling some type of way. Because they sitting up here discussing her business and not really trying to be a support system to her. They listen to whatever Apollo got to say and not really being there for her. So, I get it. And that's why she was like, that right there is why we had issues. But Kandi, this is where you need to kind of Todd and Apollo are friends. That's not going to change. But what you can do is just listen and leave it where it's at. Just nod your head when Apollo talks and keep it moving. Don't say nothing. Don't voice your opinion. And what you could do as far as you and Phaedra is make more of an effort to kind of be there. Call them a little bit more than what you've been doing. Try to hang out with her a little bit more than what you've been doing. That's all. And everything will get back to normal. Because all in all, I just think it comes down to she misses her friend and she needs her friend. That's all. So, anyway, then we get Peter and Cynthia. Basically, Cynthia is doing this pilot with Kenya, as the world twirls or whatever. And she's supposed to be playing this Jamaican hairstylist or something. And she needs Peter to help her with her Jamaican accent. And basically they just laughing and talking and fooling around with his Jamaican accent. Nothing to really tell there. Then we got Cynthia on set of Kenya's pilot. And at first, she starts off a little rocky. And even Kenya was like, oh my God. Like, you could tell she was getting kind of nervous because she wants, to work with her friend. Her and Cynthia have become real cool or whatever. But, it was making her kind of feel like, oh my gosh, she sucks. And I don't know what to do because she's my friend. I don't know how to tell her she sucks. But it ended up working out. When it was time to film, Cynthia did her thing, and she killed it, y'all. She really did kill it. So I'm proud of her. So, anyway, then we move on to the Saving Our Sons event that Phaedra put on. So, Phaedra has invited a lot of affluent African-American men. You see pastors, you see judges, you see Judge Greg Mathis in there. They all talking to these group of young men. And while they're all doing that, the girls slowly arrive and they head back into the kitchen because they're there to support Phaedra and they're going to help serve the lunch. So, everybody comes, even Nene, who is flying in from New York to be his support. Well, this is where it gets kind of tricky, y'all. Okay. So, when Nene gets there, she's pleasant, and I gotta give it to her. She was being pleasant. She's pleasant, and Claudia is like, the trip to the Philippines was really awesome, and, the session with Dr. Jeff really helped, and I'm just, sorry that you missed out on it because it really helped us get past our issues, and we thank you for setting it up. And, she gills in on Nene about, like, why did you leave, this and that. And Nene tells her very calmly, like, I left because I felt like you guys were ganging up on me instead of acknowledging your own dirt. She was like, basically, you guys didn't acknowledge your part in these situations. Everything just fell on me. And now this is the issue where I actually tend to agree with Nene. On this one particular part. I agree with her on this particular part because she was not Nene, as she's known to be, which means she did not turn up and just out-talk people. She just spoke calmly and said how she felt. But Claudia kept pressing the issue, like, but you always leave, you never want to work things out, and blah, 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 blah. And now, again, this is where it seems like Nene always had me on her, I'm always here for Nene, and then she does something stupid. So her and Claudia are exchanging words, and she decides that she gonna leave. Now, this is where Nene lost me. Nene should not have left, because that's the problem. Nene never wants to address anything. And this is the point where I was like, okay, she really was trying to express her opinions without over-talking people. But then she goes and leaves like she always does. And I was just over it. And so we got Portia and Phaedra running after Nene after they hear them arguing from the kitchen. And they see Nene get into her car. And basically, Nene is like, look, I'm in a good place. I don't have time for all this negativity. Every time I'm around these girls, it's always something negative. And she's like, I don't got time for this. I'm gone. And here comes Portia jumping in. Talk about, Claudia is known to try to pick fights and stuff like that. This is my problem with you. Actually, with this whole circle. Portia, wasn't you just cool with her? Wasn't y'all just tag teaming to get everybody together in the Philippines to be on one accord? And now you sitting up here talking shit about her to Nene? If y'all in a better place, you need to stop talking about people behind their back. And that's just not for Portia. That's for all these people in this fake ass circle. That's the problem. Y'all claim to be cool and then y'all want to talk behind each other's back. That's why I kind of agree with what Nene said in her confessional. This whole we in a better place is some bullshit. You just proved it right there, Portia, with you sitting up there adding your little 2 cents in about Claudia. That wasn't right. Even Phaedra didn't even do that. Because y'all are supposed to be in a better place. So you don't got to sit up there and add in your little snide remarks. They got into it. That's their issue. You don't have to add nothing into it. And here's my problem with Cynthia. Because while they're sitting up there talking, while Portia and Phaedra are outside talking to Nene as she's getting ready to leave, what's that girl name? Claudia is in the kitchen talking to the rest of the girls, Kenya and Cynthia. And she's like, not Portia. The fuck? Y'all, excuse me. So, Claudia is telling Cynthia, like, Nene gets on my nerves. She act like those bitches with new money, and I can't stand that. You know, she think just because she's on Broadway for 2.5 weeks that we supposed to bow down to her, and I can't stand that. And here goes Cynthia. Welcome to my world. Cynthia, shut the fuck up, because you was all in Nene's ass for all 6 seasons. Well, no, hold on. When did you come? 3rd season? Okay, for 3 seasons. 3 freaking seasons, you was all in her ass. You weren't just Team Nene. You was all in her ass. You knew what color, let me stop. You knew what color her drawers were and everything. Like, so stop it with all this, you know, wanna bash Nene all of a sudden. I've never been here for that with you, Cynthia, because you was just so in her ass. You weren't just her friend. Like, I can kind of almost get Kenya. Because, yeah, Kenya has been trying to make amends, and sometimes she'd go overboard and out of her way to be cool with Nene. But even she has her point. Like, I'm not going to kiss her ass. And she was cool with Nene, but she just been all in Nene's ass for 3 seasons. Like, everything she did was right. She would call a spade and still want to be cool with her. Cynthia was Nene's friend, whether she was right or wrong. So all that shit she talking now that she want to got these pretend, I'm just not even calling pretend balls, make-believe balls is what I'm going to call them. She got these make-believe balls and we supposed to buy that shit. Whatever. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. So until next time, peace and love.